Alright, listen up. I couldn't think of anything better to do, so we're doing this. This is the raspberry iced tea tier list. Why? Because why not?
Why is so much of our science dangerous? Why not very safe science if you love it so much? In fact, why not invent a special safety door that won't hit you on the butt on the way out because you are fired?
You're probably asking yourself,
But Ezekiel, why are you making a video like this? Did anyone ever ask to make a tier list about raspberry iced tea? I certainly
well,
did.
shut up, because I'm doing this. This is my channel, and I can do whatever the heck I want. So yeah, we're going to be talking about raspberry iced tea for the next roughly 5 to 12 minutes, give or take. So join me on my computer. Let's do this thing. But before we get into all of that, let me remind you that I am live Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time over at twitch.tv/EzekielJK. Link is in the description. You should know where this is by now. Alright, back to the show. We gotta start off with the teas that we are reviewing here. So, these are our choices. Ready, go. And this is our tier list. Well, welcome here to my computer over in Firefox land. We've got our tier list, we got our teas. Let's start ranking them up. We're gonna start from right to left because there's some stuff on the left that I want to get to the end. So we have Fuse here. Fuse is pretty good, honestly. I really like Fuse. I think it's up in the A and S tier levels. It's definitely one of the best. In fact, I think it deserves S tier. Anytime you get Fuse, you know what you're getting. You're gonna get good tea every single time, regardless if it's from the bottle or from the fountain, it's good. Now Arizona, same thing. Arizona is by far and away one of the best teas. It ends up in S tier no matter what. I mean, you get an Arizona tea, you know it's gonna be 99 cents, you know it's gonna be amazing, you know you're gonna want 20 more, and so you buy it and then you feel sad when it goes away, when you finished it, because there's nothing left in your life and everybody's abandoned you. Wait, what am I talking about? Oh. Golden Peak, on the other hand, I mean, Golden Peak gets mixed up with a lot of these guys, right? Because Golden Peak is very similar to Brisk, it's very similar to Lipton, it's very similar to Fuse. So it doesn't have much of an identity of its own. It's just sort of like, I'm here when you don't have any other tea to drink. And for that reason, I feel like it's just gonna be a B tier. It's not it's above passing. It's a good tea, but you don't really know what you're watching or what you're drinking here. It's just tea. I mean, it's the Pepsi of every tea ever. 7-Eleven tea, you'd be surprised. 7-Eleven's raspberry iced tea is shockingly good. Like, real good. Now, it's not for everyone. I know there's issues with it in certain places, and it's so hard to get. I mean, you gotta go to a freaking 7-Eleven. Like, where are you gonna go get there? A Slurpee and some tea? No. Like, that's the only reason you'll ever go to 7-Eleven is to get your gas or to, like, what? Get a wrapped bacon sausage thing with some cheese wrapped in it. So, I mean, it's good, but the fact that it's hard to get, it's not something you would go to a 7-Eleven to get. I put it an A tier. Better than Golden Peak, worse than Arizona. Brisk is a weird beast. You'll see that I have two Brisks, right? I've got the Brisk from the fountain and the Brisk from the bottle. Now, these are two very different beasts. Brisk from the fountain is very good. I consider it one of the best. However, if I ever given the opportunity between Brisk and Arizona, I would pick Arizona. And so I guess for that reason, it ends up in A tier. Now, bottled Brisk, it disappoints me because bottled Brisk tastes very similar to Brisk from the fountain when they put too much of the syrup in it. So you get this sort of like burniness. It's worse than Brisk from the fountain by far. And I feel like it's worse than Golden Peak, so we're gonna stick it in C tier. Now, I won't usually stick mixes, but Lipton is unique because Lipton's very tough to screw up. See, typically with mixes, you end up getting this like, I put too much of the mix and I get this sort of grainy texture to it, or I get too little of the mix and I just sort of get water. But Lipton's pretty good. Now, I don't know, is it better or worse than Brisk? I think it ends up in B tier. We've got Snapple and we have Pure Leaf. Now, Snapple and Pure Leaf are more on the vein of black tea with added raspberry. As opposed to all these other guys, which are raspberry iced tea, these guys are black tea, and we sneezed in a raspberry in there. I mean, I'm not against it, but it's not raspberry iced tea. But the thing with Snapple is they've recently changed. Because Snapple, it used to be terrible. It used to be hot garbage. It's since improved, but it's not amazing. So with that, I think Snapple has to go to F. Snapple is good for, your peach, hibiscus, iced mocha latte, extravaganza, tango, passionate lemonade. It's not tea. In the same vein, Pure Leaf ends up, I believe, in D tier, because Pure Leaf is more on the vein of black tea plus raspberry, but it is better than past Snapple. And then we get to the last one. Honest Tea. I had to remake this a few times before I properly added the right one, which was I'd rather drink motor oil. Honest Tea ends up in that category. If there's a lower tier, I'd put Honest Tea in it. I'd put it under the tier list. I'd put it in the description box of this video. I'll drink every one of these, but I will not drink Honest Tea. I will drink lemonade over Honest Tea's raspberry iced tea. And then in the special, just for Honest Tea category, I'd rather drink motor oil is Honest Tea. How you managed to screw that up is beyond me. I don't know how you did it, but you done did it. You done dibbly done did it with the done tea that you done screwed it up. Honestly, Honest Tea, you honest be getting out and making tea. Jeez. I don't have a clue how to end this video. Should I just do that thing where you just sort of keep talking and then it just cuts you off halfway?
Ezekiel,